Her name was Sita. And she says, I cannot, she go get the water, she go to give it to him. And he stepped away from the lines. And she put it down on the ground, and he wouldn't take it. He said, that's an insult to give a saint water like that, you have to give it in my hands. And he enticed her until she finally overstepped the last line. And when she did that, the spell of whatever there was on those lines were broken, because she now was out of the protection of the lines. And he took her when he rode off in his chariot to his kingdom, wherever that was. That was supposed to be in Sri Lanka, according to the Hindu myth. Right? This is in their books, this is what they believe. Right? Rama chased after the deer, finally caught the deer, he shot the deer, and the deer turned out to be a demon. When he shot it now, it took on the real form of what it was. It was a demon, right? A shaitan as we know today. And he went back home, he ran back home. When he went home, his wife was gone. He saw the footsteps and everything, he knew what had happened. He went around, this is God, being deceived. We come back into what happened, to examine the story. Alright? He went now trying to find his wife, he can't find his wife. He wandered around, he found this monkey god, this monkey man they call Hanuman. Right? He's a monkey, he's literally a monkey. Right? And then he asked this guy, he said, I'm looking for my wife. Now this Hanuman was a guy who knew about Ram as his god and used to make devotion to him. Right? He used to make devotion to him, and he was making devotion, and one morning he was making like ablution when Ram came to him, and he said to him that I've been looking for my wife so and so. And he said yes, and he brought out some stuff. He said that while he was making ablution, this cloth fall down, and it was jewels. Apparently Sita, when the god took her off, she threw away some jewels and stuff like that, and he said, these are my wives. So Ram, this Hanuman god now, this Hanuman guy, he's not a god, he was just a devotee. He got all together his whole tribe to go and help this god now, to go to Sri Lanka, to retrieve the wife of the god now. On the way, when they reached the end of India, they know this water, Sri Lanka is an island. They can't go over. It's water, it's the edge. They didn't know it was going to be water there anyway in the first place. You know, the god didn't know that. So, when they got there, he said, the god says, how are we going to cross this? And Hanuman, the monkey guy, suggested, we should build a bridge. He said, build a bridge, this is an ocean. At least he was smart enough to see that. So he took a rock and he threw it over. He threw it over, right? And the rock went down. And he said, we'll never be able to pull this up. And the monkey guy said, I have faith that it can happen. And he took a next stone and he wrote the name Rama, Lord Rama, on the rock and threw it, and it floated. And so the faith of the devotee was more strong than the power of the god. Right? And that's what he did, right? And they built this bridge and they went to Sri Lanka. And they fought the devil and his army. And ironically, the god could not kill this devil. This devil has 9 heads, this Ravan. Every time he shot one of the head off with his arrow, the head would come on back. But because there was a brother, when this Ravan guy heard that this Rama guy was going to come to fight him to get his wife back, he sent for his brother. Now this brother was supposed to sleep six months of the year and wake for 6 months of the year. However, this 6 months was the time when he was sleeping. So he was very, very annoyed that his brother was waking him up to go fight a war. This guy was angry, so he went and he told the Rama guy that you can't shoot a guy in the head. You won't kill him. This is his brother who exposed the secret of the devil now. You have to shoot in his belly button, his navel. Which he did, and then the Ravan died. He took his wife home, then he said, I won't have anything to do with you, because you were touched, you were interfered with by this devil guy, this Ravan, the big shaitan. He's like we know as Iblis. And after so many monkey guys were dead, you know, the whole town, the whole tribe of the monkey people died in this battle. And then Ravan says to his wife, I don't want you because you were touched by this guy. And she swore to him, I was never touched. He never touched me. He never had a chance. And the story ends when she says, if you won't take me, then I will pray to, I don't know to whom, he's the God. And she prayed, alright? And she prayed, and then the earth opened, and she went down. That's the end of the story. But if you retract from the story, it's not difficult to see. This God is exiled, God exiled. Now this is Rama whom they pray to. He carries an iron bow. Hindus not supposed to eat meat. These are some of the controversies and contradictions. It's very simple, I don't have to explain them too much. He carries an iron bow. What do they do with iron bow? You don't hunt fruits with iron bow. You know, stuff like that. And this is documented in their books. He's deceived by the devil. The devil makes a demon, a deer out of the demon, makes a deer. And he runs after the deer, not knowing it's a devil. I can't understand what kind of a God it is. His wife gets snatched away. He can't even find his wife. A monkey guy finds his wife. Alright? This is what happened. This is the reality of it. This is in their book, and they believe it. And they tell the story at every sitting in religion, and every gathering. They have this thing called yags, I don't know the proper word for it, where they have big gatherings, and they do these things, and they say these stories all the time. And they believe it, and they worship these guys. These people are also like the Christians. This monkey guy was a devotee. Today they worship the Hanuman guy, because he's supposed to be strong, because they helped the God to retrieve his wife. And the story goes on, contradictions upon contradictions. But you can see them all as it went, you know. He couldn't get his wife, a monkey guy finds his wife. Gets his wife, he couldn't kill the devil. This God couldn't kill the devil. The devil's brother had to tell him you have to shoot him in the navel. And stuff like that. When he his wife, he denied that she was pure. You know. And I asked every single Hindu there was, of every denomination in the country, they explained these things to me, and they said, this is what the faith is all about. You don't understand it. There is something hidden. None of them do, because they don't understand it either. They cannot explain it. They have never been able. They've done like what I've been doing. They have just swallowed this and believe that this is your faith. This is what you believe in, and this is the religion of God. This is what you have to believe in. And they've been doing exactly what I've done until the age of 18. Just swallow these things and blindly believe him. Right? Never analyzing it. Never did they do it. Because Hindu people are very superstitious people. They worship anything and everything. People believe they are Bad al-Bakar. They just worship cows. But they're not. That's just one of their gods. Right? They worship everything. They worship snakes. They worship trees. They worship the sea. They worship the earth. They worship the east, the west. They have a god for every single thing you could ever think of. You know? Even things that might be discovered today. Things like these styrene things. They probably worship that as well. This is the reality of the Hindu faith. This is basically, however, and also the point of time when I stopped the study of Hinduism was when I came to a word called Gnkking. I think that's the correct pronunciation. It's a Sanskrit word that means, it's a title is given to the guest of a Brahmin. A Brahmin now, there's a caste system in Hinduism as well. You're born a Brahmin or a Kudri or whatever you. It's a caste system. So you're condemned by birth to be a certain person. You'd either be a person for the upper class, rulers and religious people, or be a person in the lower class, where you'll be always workers, and you have no choice in that. You cannot change that. If a lower guy kills an upper guy, then he's done with, or he injures him. The system goes against him. If a guy from the upper class does something to the guy in the lower class, it's nothing. Down hadar, it's nothing. It's just ordinary, like you kill an ant, step on an ant. This is the system which they believe in, and which they practice until today in India. Not to mention the fact that they kill people today in India until today. They're burning brides in India. Some of the other practical things that we see today. The dowry system that they have. If the women don't bring enough money, they burn them alive. This is happening today in India. I have lots of documents of tapes, written in black and white by their own people, and they're trying to get rid of this, and they can't do it. Right? These are some of the things that they practice. Like I said to you, these are the things, and this word Gagna, it's the Brahmin guest. When the Brahmin has a guest, the Brahmin are the leaders, they're the religious people, they're the leaders of the country,